How to start a business from scratch. I have nothing written down. I don't know what to say, but let's just talk about how to start a business from scratch. Okay. That's a question that people ask me a lot. And I tell people, well, what's your starting point? Do you have experience mowing yards? Have you ever had a small business? Do you have equipment to start off with? Or did I say that? Do you have a family that's going to support you? How old are you? Where do you live? There's so many variables that go into the starting point because every situation is going to be different from person to person. But if I just had to do one talk or one video on how to start a business, I would just say, do it like this. So think about what you want to do. Is it lawn care? Is it landscaping? Is it pressure washing? Is it something outside of like a home type remodeling maintenance service? But let's just say lawn care, right? So you decide this is what I'm going to do. So then you think about what services am I going to offer? What am I going to exclude? What's out of my scope? And what am I going to offer? Let's just say you want to do basic lawn maintenance, right? So you're going to do the weekly or bi-weekly or one-time mow, trim edges and blows. Let's keep it simple like that. So you decide on what you're going to do. Then you think about, what equipment do I need? So if I'm only doing lawn maintenance, I only need a mower, a trimmer, possibly an edger, and a blower, and then just like a rake, and probably that's it. So you have your equipment set up, you have your services that you're gonna do already lined up, and I just realized my phone's not on airplane mode, so I hope somebody doesn't call me, because if somebody calls me, I'm just gonna scrap this video. So you have your equipment, you have your services, you know the foundation's already built. So now you learn how to advertise. So you think about, how am I gonna advertise? Should I do flyers, door hangers, yard signs, sandwich boards, Craigslist, Facebook, Nextdoor, Google, Home Advisor, Thumbtack, Green Pal? There's a million ways to advertise. I'm not going to go deep into that because that's what I do in my course, and that's what I do when I'm working with you. I tell you exactly what to do with the wording to use, but you just pick a way to advertise. Some ways might work for you better than others, but it doesn't matter. I think part of being a business owner is being a problem solver. I can't tell you exactly what to do, but I can point you the direction and give you the tools to build the foundation and build the life that you want. Like I tell people this when they're working with me, like it's like a 50-50 split. I have the strategies and methods for you. You just need to give me the work ethic, and give yourself patience to put everything into process, because there's a difference between quality and quantity. You could take on every single customer, good, bad, and ugly, and make a bunch of money, or you could take your time and build up a quality customer list that's going to be happy that you're knocking out every single week versus just making money. You could be doing yards that you're enjoying. So there's different ways to go about it, but let's just say you're just taking everything that you want. So you get the phone ringing by advertising with whatever those 20 ways I taught you how to advertise, and then you begin quoting yards. So you learn how to quote. Again, I'll go deeper in this like when you're working with me, but it's like, at the bare minimum, what's fair to you to come out and do this labor? Do you charge by the hour? Do you charge by the square footage? It doesn't matter, just make a price. And you can go deeper and work out man-hour rates, and you can start thinking about, how much do I need to make after my overhead? But if you're starting out, I would say don't even worry about that, because it's going to overcomplicate things. Just give a price, whether it's $20, $30, $40, $50, just give a price. So then you do the process, or you do the yard, and then you collect payment with whatever way you want to. It depends if you're registered or if you're not registered, but let's just say you take cash. So now you've taken the cash after you provided the service, and then now you have the money back. So you spent money on the equipment, possibly, maybe you bought a truck, so that was your overhead. So now with the money that you begin taking in from these jobs, from these yards, you start putting it back either into your business, or you take a profit and you put half into the business. So it just depends, again, on your starting point. Do you owe money? Do you need to pay stuff down? Do you already have everything, so it's just profit now? So with that money that you're making back now, you're able to either put it into advertising more and reinvest it into pumping out ads. You could upgrade your equipment. You could do so many, I got allergies. You could do so many things with the money. So all that you do is, once you've gotten one customer, to get to where you're at, to where I'm at, is you go down the line and you repeat it. You go from one customer to 2 customers to 3 customers, all the way up to 50, just like I did. There's no secret sauce, or there's no route. It's just literally a copy and paste. And then as time goes on, you get more comfortable. You make a bunch of mistakes, you make a bunch of wins, and then everything comes full circle. So when people ask me how to start a business, it's like, it's such a subjective concept, and that's why I have the service where you and I can work together one-on-one, and we could start discussing like exactly your situation, and I can hear your anxieties, your strengths, your weaknesses, and we can put a plan together for you to go to the point where you want to be at. It's like, again, it's a 50-50 split. I had the experience, the journey that you're about to start. I can tell you what you're going to experience, what you're going to mess up on, what you're going to run into. As long as you have the patience, the work ethic, and the problem-solving competency to put it to work, then we can work together. Or if you just want to watch my videos and just do it yourself, you can do that. Again, like I didn't have somebody helping me, so I made a bunch of errors and it took me a long time. So you don't necessarily need anybody, but it's like, if you want to invest into somebody who can help you, then you can get to the point that you want to be at a lot sooner. So it's up to you. Do you want to do it alone? Do you want to do it with me? Do you want to do it with somebody else? So it just depends on all those factors. But to start a business, it's like, You can ask that question once or twice, but don't just sit there and just keep pondering on what to do. The best experience for anything is always going to be just going out and doing it yourself, whether you make errors, whether you just walk around and you don't really make a sale, or whether you go from neighborhood to neighborhood and you talk to a customer. Even if you don't land that job that you talk to on that customer, you still learn how to talk better, you learn how to communicate better. So everything is a win. Every failure that you go through is a win. And as long as you're moving forward, because everybody who's successful has made their own fair share of mistakes. But the people who are at the top, the people that you want to be like, whether it's like me or somebody else, it's like they made a bunch of mistakes, but they learned from it. And then I heard a quote, or I saw a quote the other day that said, I don't even remember how it goes, but it's something along the lines of, the lessons in life are mistakes in front of you that happen on repeat. You keep making the same mistakes until you decide to change it. That's when the lessons learned. So if a week after week after week goes by and you're not getting a phone call, then that's a mistake that you're making. And the lesson for you to learn how to get the phone ringing isn't going to be learned until you go and you change that cycle of no caller, no caller, no caller. So as far as how to start a business, it's, you pick your model, you pick your services, you get your tools, you advertise, you do the job, you collect payment, and then you just repeat the process, and then you could scale it up. You could stay local, you could hire workers, you could get another truck, you could do so many things with it. But to get to the point where you're the top of a company, when you have people under you, you have to build it from the ground up. Whether you're building an online infrastructure, you're building a physical business model, you have to do some type of labor to get it going. And then once you have the income coming in, once you have 50 customers paying you $5,000 a month, then you're a lot more flexible with what your game plan is going to be. But to get to there, you have to start small with the small potatoes, and that's literally just getting your first couple customers. If you called me right now and you wanted to work with me, it'd be different if you had a couple customers versus if you've only seen my videos, you've never mowed a yard in your life, you never had a customer. That'd be a complete different starting point versus if you had 5 customers and you're like, okay, Zach, I know the basis, let's grow it a little bit more. Then it's going to be a different starting point. So it's a hard question to ask. But I just wanted to make this little video in summary saying, don't overthink it. Just do the bare minimum research. Just learn, like, I guess everything I just told you. That's basically a nutshell of how to operate a business or a service-based business. And then from there, it's just a matter of going out and doing it. So to finish this video, I'm going to try to see if I can do a kickflip first try. And if I do land this kickflip first try, because kickflip's not my best trick, then I think that's a good thing. You're going to have a good chance of succeeding in your business. If I don't land it, you might not do it right. Okay, I guess it's not going to happen. Well, no, it's still going to happen. But let me know what you guys think. Just have a great day. If you're nervous about starting a business, that's right. It's supposed to be nervous because you're in control. You could have a great living or you could have a stressful living depending on what you're capable of and what you're made of. So people always tell me, like, am I going to make enough money doing this business compared to my job? And I tell people, if you make $50,000 at your current job, how in the world could you not make $50,000 by putting all that energy and time into yourself, into your own legacy and your own empire? That doesn't make, how is that even a question if you can make money on your own, if you can go make money for somebody else? If someone's paying you $50,000, they're probably making $50,000 or more off of your head. So why could you not do that for yourself when you could wake up and be like, this is my empire that I'm building. I'm the boss, I'm in control. So you control your money. So of course it's like nerve-wracking because school doesn't teach you that you can provide for yourself, that you can feed your family, that you can make your own living by operating a business. They'd rather you go get a loan for $200,000 from a university and then go start from the bottom at the bottom entry level of a job. And then they never teach you that you could literally mow yards and make a living. You could have a food truck. You could do mobile detailing. You could sell bounce houses or rent them out. You could be a virtual assistant. You could even day trade. You can make money off investments if you want to spend all your time like trading stocks and stuff and doing like all this types of Forex and crypto. You could do so many things, but people don't tell you that. I'm only like, the reason I have this channel is to show that you can do whatever you want to provide for yourself. You don't have to go work for somebody. There's nothing wrong with working for somebody. It's easier in a way, but the limiting factor is that you're at the mercy of somebody else. If they cut you off, then how are you going to pay for your toilet paper? Versus if you own your business, it's like, are you going to cut your customers off or they might let you go? And it's just like, that's a whole nother topic of having a bunch of small price customers versus one giant contract. It's like, I don't know, I like having a bunch of small price customers because if somebody lets me go, it's like I can just replace you in a heartbeat because my phone's always ringing because my business is built and I have a word of mouth established. So I hope that helps. If you want to work with me, how to make money Mowing.com, get a hold of me. I'd love to hear your story. My passion is making money, operating businesses, but it's also helping you do what I'm doing because it just feels right. I want everybody to be confident in their abilities, and I just know I can help you because I've done it a bunch of times already. So, howtomakemoney.com. I'm only one person, so get a hold of me if you want to work with me today. The money that you spend to work with me, you're going to make it back. So think about that, and I'm going to go work out. See you later.